on the top 12 runoff, round 24 of the British Hill Climb Championship. And as we've said, first man to show, Sean Gould, running as number 3, his finishing position in last year's championship. Coming back to the fray following injury, so difficult to play yourself back in, particularly at the speeds we've been seeing on the hill this weekend. But Sean wasting no further time, no more ado, as he does his tyre warm-outs. Front of the car just lifting virtually off the ground as he feeds the power in, and then up to the start line. Sean qualified on a time of 35.38. Out of the points yesterday. I think he would be happy to get amongst the points this afternoon. How far up the order can he proceed? Off the line then, 2.22 seconds. So a good start to his challenge. And from Hungerford, now on the brakes through the gate into the S's. And we look to see what the time is there. It's a 16.4. And he's already up to sore bench. Lifts a wheel on the exit as he rides the curb, and then Castle Straight. The clock ticking as he brakes for the Martini hairpin, and around he goes in 34.07. 34.07 is our opener for today's British Hill Climb Championship runoff. And that's a good deal better than the time Sean recorded yesterday, which was a 35.61. So he's taken 3.3 litre Cosworths and 4 litre Judds. But so far, very well, with a launch of 2.28 seconds. And Gumbly's over Barneysley into the wooded section, and the S's. Progress there, 17.75. As he negotiates through bench hairpin without any harm, and into Martini. 36.76. 36.76 for Darren Gumbly. So it goes second behind Sean Gould. But it's early days. Jonathan Varley next to run, with this very rapid combination, Jonathan and the GWR Predator. And quickly off the line, 2.47 seconds, and carrying good momentum across the parkland towards the gate, through the gate, and now the critical evidence of his progress, 17.04. That's the S's, and smoothly with a tad of opposite lock coming out of sore bench. Eyes in on the braking point for Martini, and understeers into the bank halfway through. Just a gentle nudge, no problem to driver, but big problem to his aspirations. Jonathan sits there staring at the bank, probably muttering a little bit, having a little bit of a curse. Marshall quietly approaches and inquires as to his well-being, and Jonathan gesticulates, and Marshall's now car doesn't appear to want to move. Is it locked in? It's in gear. It's locked in gear. No. Being able to move it slightly, but it's not rolling freely, and that's a bit better. And we'll get the car reversed into the escape road. So a fail for Jonathan Varley. Just have to assess the state of the car and then decide what's the best course of action, and it appears that it's been decided have some bodies, gather bodies and push it way up the escape road out of harm's way. So Jonathan really pushing on there, but not getting to the top. So there's only one further driver to drop out of the 12 when we reduce that to 10 points scorers. Marshall's out, just sweep. So we're quite used to seeing Ireland throwing the car around, and he has produced some stunning performances here. Some virtuoso performances, shall we say, from smaller engine cars, and let's hope that this could be one as he's off the line, in 2.23 seconds. So Iron Price on a mission with the Force TA. Normally aspirated engine, and out of the S's in 17.20, so down on Varley's time, but carrying speed through Saw Bench unabated and sliding it opposite, locking it on the. So now goes through the start procedure. Green light is on. Farnham driver gets ready. All the lights have gone out on the start line. But he goes and launches in 2.44 seconds. A quick exit out of the left-hander at Wisk Corner through into the S's. So 16.86 in the S's, so the only faster man there was probably Sean Gould, and slides the back end of the GR59 under power out of Saw Bench. Smooth braking into Martini and around without any errors, 34.83. Ran a supercharged engine in 2021, but now back to normally aspirated. And away off the line for Richard Spedding from Barnsley in South Yorkshire. Launches in 2.25 seconds. Richard's time in the runoff yesterday, 35.11, as he's into the S's and away in 16.61. So up on everybody bar Sean Gould at that point. And good progress along Castle Straight, using all the track, and just nudges the curb on the way out to Martini, 34.73. United on the GR55, but out of his mind now as he concentrates on maximising his point score. 6th in the championship as he goes through the gate into the S's, and his time there is a 16.81, so 2/10 down on Spedding and 5/100ths up on Paul Hames. And now the power along Castle Straight from his 3.5 litre motor should pay back as he rounds Martini without problems to record 34.42. Don't know, obviously Alex Summers was setting some good times a little bit earlier in the afternoon. 2.26 for Matthew Ryder away off the start line. And, number 63. Matthew from Leyland in Lancashire. Fourth in the runoff here, last year. Time in the S is 16.30. Neatly through, well, neatly into Martini, but floored all the markers on the way round. But it pays back because he scores a time of 33.65 to go to the top of the table. So Matthew Ryder taking the shortest route possible around Martini. The marshals out swiftly to stand the pins, almost like Skittles this. But they're all up and standing. But Matthew Ryder at the top of the order now, as Trevor Willis is next to run, a tad slower than that today on 33.79, but way off the line in 2.28 seconds. So the Hayabusa engines now forming a V8, one V8 unit in the back, propelling the OMS through the S's in a time of 16.12. So that's the fastest time in the S's we've seen to date. And Trevor controlled slide on the exit of Sawbench, measured the power and handled it very well, smoothly through Martini in 33.68. Just 0.03 of a second down on Ryder. With the 4-litre Judd and using that torque off the line in 2.29 seconds. So the Ludlow driver now opening up the power across Bunny's Leap through the gate and the S's. Let's see how he's performing there. It's a 15.99, so the pressure builds and the pace grows all the way. Neatly deals with Sawbench, no problem there. Rapidly up Castle Straight, just wobbles the markers to score a 32.98, where there may be some time to be gained. Now is the opportunity to execute. Wallace has got the green light and is away in 2.1 seconds, so that's probably the fastest launch time we've seen. Feathers the throttle over Bunny's Leap before he gets on the brakes for the gate, trying to save time in every possible place. 15.92, so the fastest in the split at the S's, and he's through Sawbench without any problems and now approaches Martini smoothly through there and over the line in 32.95, so snatches the lead by 0.03 of a second. So now, yes, Stuart very quickly pointed out, we're under the benchmark record, so there's extra points on offer. And as he mentioned earlier on, that is all critical and will no doubt be at season's end. So the last run of the day down to Alex Summers. A new record is what he posted at this stage yesterday. He launches in 2.18 seconds, and his record from yesterday was 32.94. But his last two runs have been under the previous record of Wallace Mingy's of 33.13. So it's 15.83 in the S's. That's the fastest. Man from Henley and Arden now making the most of the power along Castle Straight, smoothly around Martini and over the finish line in 33.16. So just misses out on that ultimate position of taking a double across the weekend. So Alex Summers slotting into third place by my rapid reckoning, but the fastest on the run now, Wallace Mingy's on 32.95. Scott Moran second fastest on 32.98. Both those getting bonus points for being under the previous record. And then third place Alex Summers with a 33.16. Matthew Ryder takes fourth on 33.65, ahead of Trevor Willis, who was just 0.03 of a second in arrears in 5th place. Sean Gould moved up the table compared with yesterday with that climb of 34.07, giving him a 6th place finish, with Dave Uren coming in 7th on 34.42, Richard Spedding in 8th, Paul Hames and Darren Gumbley being the last points scorer.